up and roll with America's premier motorcycle talk show. Open Road Radio is on the air with Gina Woods and other guest hosts. And now, with riding on their minds, here's your hosts of Open Road Radio.
All right, good evening, everybody. It is Open Road Radio, Motorcycle Mondays, the first Monday in October.
Woo-hoo. Can't believe it. We're in our fourth quarter of 2023. Where did the year go?
Crazy.
I don't know, but I'm telling you what, I've had a lot of great events this year, and I've been on a couple of really good, awesome rides, and so I'm pretty stoked that I've been doing a lot of good motorcycle stuff.
It seems like the events were up this year. Events were really good this year.
Events were fantastic, I think. Yeah. I think that a lot of events, look at Sturgis, even through all the rain, they had good numbers. And, back in Bike Week, we started the year out with our parties at AIMExpo and Nemco. Mm-hmm. And look at how close those are coming up.
Yeah, I know. They'll be happening again, and we're just now starting to get
very soon. And I think that everybody's
here is paella at Main Street Motos right now.
Yes.
It was so good.
Yeah, that was so much fun. Had a great time. We're going to be talking to our listeners and telling them what is coming up for January in the forthcoming months. But we want to say hello to all of our 1400 AM, 107.1 FM K-Shop, Las Vegas, Sin City listeners. Welcome, everybody. You can also join us live on our social media platforms as YouTube, Facebook Open Road Radio, Facebook Gina Woods, LinkedIn, and anything that Dazzlin may be sharing.
Yeah, here they come. They're stacking up like the 215 at 5 p.m. right now. Harry, Connie. Good to see you guys. Some of our regulars. Good to see everybody. Hey, Adriana, I see you logging in now. Good to see you.
Big D in the house from Marengo. James Jenkins, saw you yesterday at the War Dogs. Had a great run yesterday. Waldorf charity riders for K9 for Veterans. Did a K9 for Veterans charity the night before with the Chicago United Riders. So K9 for Veterans. Bam. Giving it a big high five, man. Diane Fraser, thank you so much for joining us and everybody else. We have special guests tonight. We have Fred Harrell, who's been in the motorcycle community since the 60s. He's worked in the industry and been a motorcycle rights advocate for almost as long. Fred is the Sturgis Museum Hall of Famer, freedom fighter, as well as our other guest, a Hall of Famer. He's currently the director and purchasing of facilities at Red Rock Harley-Davidson and director of conferences and events for the Motorcycle Writers Foundation. Bob K, special guest, has been involved in motorcycling just as long, probably, or longer, for 4 decades, and is third generation Harley rider. I did not know this about you, Bob. I can't wait to talk to you about this. Although he did start out on in a Honda shop and did some short track and road racing. And then he worked at Nemco, where I met him before Tuckeraki, before Biker's Choice, helped produce custom bike shows for AIMExpo for years, and Champion of the Americas, and also created a builder's garage in Texas. So retired? I think not.
Right. I don't think any of us are going to be able to retire from this industry.
I don't. Yeah, right.
It's too expensive to ride a motorcycle. Who can afford to ride a motorcycle all over the country and retire? Not me. I started way too late in life. So you're going to see Dazzlin.
I've been doing it for a minute, so I'm going to work my way into it. That's why I had to do radio, so I could do it on the road, on the open road. Also, special guest in our segment 2 is Shannon McEwen, director of events for Ride for Kids, Las Vegas, and Mark Naylor is joining us.
One of the longest continuously ran motorcycle events in Las Vegas. So can't wait to hear about it. It's coming up fast.
Well, and you know what? We have one in Chicago too, and we've helped to raise hundreds and thousands of dollars back when my trainer was with Ride for Kids, and just what a great organization. I can't wait to talk to those two as well.
Good.
Okay.
But speaking of great organizations and talk about getting done, is our own Dazzlin.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, let's go to this really quick blurb that Eric's going to throw on us. We want to say welcome to the show, Eric, as he is producing our show and hoping to make us all look beautiful and sound good.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of it so far.
So let's do this little blurb on what just took place last weekend in Las Vegas.
Thank you.
Grab that sound. We got sound, Eric?
Might not have sound.
Eric, I think your sound has to come on. There we go. Ah! Tell us what you're saying here.
I was going to say, narrate it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were just talking about the thousands of peanut butter that we collected. I think maybe Eric's phone is a little close to his computer now. But this is our 7th year. Bling Divas MC has done this peanut butter drive, and we were able to raise over $15,000. Oh, there he is. He's got some video. He's got some sound on the video for us. Looks like he might take us back to the beginning.
Oh. Okay, well, that was pretty cool that it was on. It hit the news, obviously, because you guys are. What a huge task! That was fantastic what you guys did, and $15,000 is amazing.
Yeah, and nearly 17,000 pounds of peanut butter. And what's amazing is 1 pound of peanut butter feeds 6 nutritious meals in our city for kids that are food insecure. And so, combined with the peanut butter and the cash donations, we will feed about 190,000 meals in Nevada. So it really is amazing. It's a community effort. Thank both of you for donating peanut butter and many of the listeners that I can see that are popping up on the screen that helped us with that effort. We more than doubled what we did the previous year. So pretty happy about it. You see those Gaylords, they ended up having to bring 2 trucks to pick up what was here at Full Throttle Law.
Wow.
And then send a third truck to Smith's because Jared Ridger's Full Throttle Law donated 5,000 pounds of peanut butter. And it was
I don't even know what 5,000 pounds of peanut butter looks like, but I imagine it's a lot.
4 pallets.
Oh my God. That is, yeah. Look at you beaming there. I'm telling you.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Peanut butter goes to 158 agencies here locally. It's distributed by 3 Square, which is part of Feeding America Food Banks. And what Dan, who's there in the middle with 3 Square, said is that peanut butter would go into an order process, and within 3 days, all of it would be gone and distributed to the 158 agencies here in Clark County. So that's amazing. There's over 9,000 homeless here in Las Vegas. We have a very high rate of homelessness and about 6,000 children. So thank everybody. All right.
That
Next year, we're going to double it again.
is fantastic. Bravo. Good job.
Yes.
So proud.
Yes.
Very
Congratulations.
proud of you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love that you're doing that. And you guys do a dog jamboree out there, and I was jonesing over here. So that's fantastic. Penny, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was really good. I did a little writing, a little shooting, and did my CCW renewal and outshot everybody in the class again.
I heard that, and you even sent me your sheet, and I was like, "This chick's a good shot." Anything going down in Vegas, I'm getting behind her.
It was fun. It was fun and super quick because I am at Red Rock Harley-Davidson. I did go see my buddy Pat Murphy over at Sin City, Indian. He brings the demos out. So I was there with just say hi to him, and so that was good. But it was an exciting weekend.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, it sounds like motorcycle filled weekend for all of us.
Yes.
That's a good thing. Charity, motorcycle filled. Absolutely. Good job, guys. Well, speaking of a good job, I'm really excited to bring our next two guests on because, meeting the minds is something that's really important in the motorcycle industry. And if anybody doesn't know what it is, we need you to look it up and get to be a part of what the MRF is helping. This is just going to be such a great segment because we're going to talk about Meeting of the Minds that was just last week. We're going to talk about Motorcycle Riders Foundation, and we're going to talk about the newly organized IMA. Let's bring on our friends Fred Harrell and none other than Bob K in the house with us. Hi, guys. How are
you?
Hey. Well, this is so exciting that, we had some really big things go over the weekend. Obviously, you guys did last weekend. Fred, why don't you start it off with telling us about the meeting? Both of you were there, so feel free to join in. Bob, tell us a little bit about Meeting of the Minds and what that's about.
We met in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Thursday.
My mic on?
Yeah.
Okay. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the end of September. Probably close to 350 motorcyclists there, motorcyclist rights advocates. And it was a jam full weekend. I mean, there was hardly time to sleep, much less party. Everything from panels to 16 different workshops, just dealing with legislation in Washington, D.C. and at the state level as well.
So why don't you explain to people what the MRF is?
It's the Motorcycle Riders Foundation. It was founded in 1987 by a handful of bikers that got together. I think it'd been the first time we'd gotten together in about 10 years. We met in 85, and by 87, a casual meeting evolved into the Motorcycle Riders Foundation because there was starting to crop up some issues in Washington, D.C. And by 89, we had a national helmet law being proposed. We had street bike bans. It was a timely organization from guys that didn't really know what they were doing at the time.
Gotcha. And the reasoning behind forming it?
There was no real national motorcyclist rights organization that was going to provide full-time representation of street riders in Washington, D.C., and that was our goal.
That's fantastic. So, Fred, you've been one of the founding fathers?
I wasn't a father at the time. Yeah, I was a founder. Hell, I was 29 years old. It was. I was one of the original board members, and there was 100 of us met in St. Louis in 1985, and now I look back on it. There was 300 and something. And there's state motorcyclist rights organizations all over the country.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for all the work that you've put into it for us.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having us on.
Well, and I think, I know because some of these, they call ABATE, the old man's club now. I've been an ABATE member for over 30 years now. And I don't know if they are pushed in the dealerships. It used to be where when you bought a bike, you got a membership to like these ABATE organizations or, and I think that's really important. So I commend both of you for standing up and Bob starting a new organization in this day and age now.
Well, it's Chris Collin had me on a podcast late winter, early spring, and we had a pretty big attendance to this podcast, and it was all about protecting the right to repair and modify your motorcycles. So they kind of asked me to get involved a little bit. At the time, it was focused on the independent dealers, and they were hoping to start a new organization. Well, in the past, I've worked with SEMA and Bandit, trying to make something happen there. I worked with the MIC. And again, to get this focus on riders and independent dealers and custom builders, well, they're all part of a bigger corporate side of the motorcycle world. And as Honda and Harley and other big manufacturers feel the pressure, they're more likely to voluntarily comply, which is totally against our culture. We don't voluntarily comply with anything. And I had worked with the Motorcycle Riders Foundation in the past a little bit, and they were just open to what we were talking about and the working for the independent dealers. Obviously, we'll get into some of the issues with the internal combustion engines, with end-of-life directives, and we'll talk more about those. But I worked in Daytona. We had 50 dealers at a meeting. We had another meeting in Sturgis. By then, I saw there was enough people interested. So I started working with Fred's group on how we refine the applications, getting some press releases out. And we worked pretty hard right up to the meeting of the minds. And I got to give the MRF a lot of credit. They backed me 100%. They came out with some nice brochures. They have the applications are online. And the big push now is we need to get people to join the independent motorcycle aftermarket as part of the MRF. And you can go to mrf.org and go to join, and you can join as a company for $100 a year, which is real important to me. Independent dealers don't have a lot of money, or an individual membership for just $35. So our big push now is to have 200 dealers at the Daytona meeting next spring.
Well, I just want to say Open Road Radio just signed up, if I did it right. But yeah, it's real important for everybody to be a part of this. And, I can't stress that enough. Like I said, I started out 30 years ago with 8 organizations and probably a member of 3 different ones. But, I don't know if the new rider knows about these programs and, how can we get that message out to them, to be a part of these organizations that do fight for our rights. I mean, Fred, you're in the Hall of Fame as a freedom fighter. You're in the Hall of Fame as well, Bob. So obviously people see you that you guys are.
I'll tell you what, a lot of writers don't understand that it is a fight and that it affects every one of us. You're an independent rider, you're a club style rider. I've been a member of MRF for several years. I joined as a member of the Confederation of Clubs and as a president of a motorcycle club, primarily when I started hearing about the profiling project and what you all were doing to help with the anti-profiling of motorcyclists. And I personally have experienced it. And unless you really realize that if you don't fight for your rights, you don't have any rights. And so I think it's important that we try to figure out how to bring the messaging to younger, newer riders, because those of you that have been out pounding the pavement for us for so many years, it's time for the next generation to get involved. And my club has, personally was responsible for over 1,000 signatures on the anti-profiling bill. And we continue to push that agenda, but there's plenty of things that everyone can do to get involved at the state level, or like you all are doing at the federal level. So we can start with just helping with getting a membership to help us with what you're doing to have those that are trying to fight for our rights there in Washington. I want to personally thank you.
Is that something that Fred and Bob, you guys are pushing to? I mean, obviously shows like this and Callan's and, all these other kind of shows and write-ups is good for the cause. And, we just want to help
When
to
we were
promote it?
when we were in Harrisburg this past week, we formed basically a marketing promotion committee. We're looking at not only the immediate but the future. Where are the young riders getting involved in the politics of motorcycling? We do 2 events a year. One is a meeting of the minds, which is basically just a big convention or a conference. And then Bikers Inside the Beltway. It's in May. We go back to DC. We have appointments with members of Congress. This past year in May, or this just past May, we had about 150 meetings set up with members of Congress. However, in the time between the meetings, we visited all 535 offices and left our position papers with members of Congress. They know who we are. And one day we were able to do that it was a blitzkrieg on DC that day.
That's awesome.
Now we're lucky here in Vegas to have several of you that are doing that. My friend Russell, who was inducted in the Hall of Fame along with you all as freedom fighters from Soldiers for Jesus. And so just keep on doing what you're doing, and we'll try to help you with the fight.
And
Bob,
Bob,
what are some of the important issues, and why did you come into the IMA?
Well, number one, I kind of helped create it. It was kind of funny. I kept saying I'm going to retire, but this industry means too much to me. As a 3rd generation Harley rider, I just love it. My whole life has been nothing but motorcycles. And Dazzlin was absolutely right. We need to get out there and tell everybody about this. Again, MRF did a great job on some brochures, but I was at Bikes, Blues and Barbecue in Arkansas before I flew out to Harrisburg, and we put on a little industry party out there. And I went around to all the shops from Fayetteville to Rogers, and you wouldn't believe the shop owners that didn't understand how serious this is. I've always said, one of my rants has been, as people on 2 wheels, we're never going to be a majority. And we're a small, fragmented industry, and that's why they're attacking us, because they feel that it's easy. So it's more important now than ever before. We're at a critical point where we need to get together. So as individuals, you need to join the MRF, but you also need to go to your shops and ask them, are they aware of what's going on? And that's the whole point of the IMA. And the reason we didn't just call it the Independent Dealer Association, because this is an attack on our culture. It's not just our.
You're freezing up just a little bit, Bob. Okay. Tell us about, this is obviously, and we've talked about this for years on the show. One of my concerns is if you have a vintage motorcycle, once that time comes where it's expired, they want you to be rid of it. And there's a lot of us out here with vintage bikes, even what is vintage now, 25 years back? Most of us have vintage bikes.
Well, the deal is the end of life, and they haven't figured out the exact criteria, but age, mileage, condition, whatever, at some point they want us to retire our motorcycles to the point where we're not even going to be able to sell it. We can only scrap it.
Yeah, no.
In fact, in Europe right now, they're even talking about a deal where you have to turn your vehicle into someplace. So it's a pretty serious deal. They're, and again, this gets back to that independent dealer and the right to repair and modify. We take parts off of bikes, we put them on other bikes. There's so much that we do. Again, that's our culture and lifestyle. So it's anybody that can join the IMA. If you have a media business, if you have an apparel business, we're looking at everybody to get in on this fight so we can show some force. And one nice thing about there's a lot of nice things about the MRF, but one thing is when they have a cause that they need your signature and they need you to go out and get a hold of your representatives, they'll tell you who your representatives are, and you just have to click the button and it goes to your representative. So it's a very powerful organization. And again, we just need everybody and anybody to join right now and get this message across.
Tell us
So
about that
what
combustion
would you guys, sorry, Gina. So
Go
sorry,
ahead,
Gina.
Penny.
What would you guys think the most pressing threat against the motorcycle world is right now?
I don't know if internal combustion deal. So internal combustion, there's this big thing right now with the Green New Deal, and the story I always tell you, but I learned from Ben, is a cow's fart puts out more emissions than your motor. You have to really get there and fight it, because it really isn't about what they want to do. Is they want to control us. And again, this gets back to our culture. And if they can't control us, then they just want to get rid of us. So it's a very, very serious fight. So, and that internal combustion also leads to the right to repair. Right now, dealers are threatened by not being able to tune EFI bikes, and could be 40% of their business is installing new pipes, cams, and intakes. You take that away and you start to cripple those small shops. So to me, it's that internal combustion deal and the ability to tune and repair.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
And they've even said in automobiles that they wanted everything switched over by 2035. Am I
Well,
right?
Massachusetts is trying to ban internal combustion by 2030. It's insane what's going on.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but this is what's going on, and I don't think people are realizing that. And I think we need them to open up their eyes and realize exactly what, if this is going on in the outer world, automobiles, it's definitely going to have, its stamp in the motorcycle industry.
One of my clients is Main Street Moto, and they're a smaller shop. They're kind of the, pretty well-known mom and pop shop, so to say, in Las Vegas. And man, it is the topic of conversation on a regular basis now with this shop. They are afraid. So they,
They should be.
Yeah.
They should be very afraid.
Yeah.
There are 8.6 million registered motorcycles on the street today. And as a organization with the IMA, MRF, we're working through clubs, through state motorcyclist rights organizations to bring these people together beyond the MRF. MRF is an excellent vehicle to go to DC, lobby Congress. However, we need individuals behind us, so when we have a call to action, we can take care of business in a heartbeat. It's growing. It takes time, as Bob knows. Any of you have been members. We don't lose very often, and it's a struggle to win. We can win easier with more members, and that's what we're pushing.
How many times have you been, Fred, to Washington to push?
In the last last 7 years, I've been there at least once a year, sometimes twice. Before I got back involved, I mean, I was there on a regular basis, and this was when we were the sport bikes were attempting to outlaw sport bikes. There was a new federal helmet law coming in. I mean, it just went on and on. Insurance Institute for Highway Safety was blacklisting motorcycles. I mean, this is part of our history. It's part of the attack.
Right.
It was
Profiling.
Yeah, profiling. I mean, we got a profile bill through Congress, thanks to Congresswoman Susie Lee from Nevada. But that didn't happen because we wished it to happen. It happened because of hard work.
Bob, are you excited to go to Washington and kick some ass?
Oh, I was going to get excited to kick some ass,
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So right before that bill came up right before the Trump shutdown that year, when it had passed. I can't remember now if it had passed in the House and it was going to the Senate. Either way, I got to go to the floor. I was invited to be on the floor when the bill got signed, and then the Trump government shutdown happened, and we didn't actually get to go, but I went with local activist attorney Stephen Stubbs out to Congress, and was so excited to be there. But the week prior, my club was at the DMV getting signatures on the petition, and they threatened to call the police, but it was the Capitol Police, and I had never heard of Capitol Police at that point. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I didn't want to be there when they arrived. So Stephen Stubbs came to the DMV, and he was there with us, telling us they do have the right to be here. There was a special part of the parking lot we had to move to, but it was a lot of fun. But now we know more about the Capitol Police because of the news and things, but I didn't know who that was back then.
Bob, you've been in the industry for a long time. Are you still learning about this for the IMA? Is this something that
absolutely? In my younger days, I appeared before the state senate in Massachusetts, talking about helmet laws. Again, I've always fought trying to deal with different organizations. And I've been a little remiss. I probably should have paid more attention to the MRF sooner. But yes, I'm learning. I sat in on some of the classes that they had there. They had a great SMRO class on how to recruit people and what to do for their representatives, and very, very informative. They got a great deal going. They just, what I was amazed at is having Chris and I, Fred shared this with me, having Chris and I there was the first time they've had real industry people, because it's been mostly SMROs, the clubs, the NCOM and whatnot. So having us there was a big deal. We were so well received. I was literally humbled by the people that were there and paying attention to every word we had to say. So yeah, no, I'm learning every day. And there's just so much. I mean, then you get into now and how serious this attack is on us. We really got to pay attention. We can't let this slip by.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm so glad that you're at the helm of this with people like Fred, who have been doing this, for their motorcycle industry career lives. And again, gentlemen, both of you, please give out the websites where people can get some more information. We'll continue to broadcast this. We'd love to do this, maybe once a month, every other month, and let's, bring it back so that there's a round table, and we'll get some people that you guys are working with. Let's make it more. We can Open Road Radio is vowing to do their part, to make sure people hear about this more as well. I know. I mean, I've been doing a bait for many, many years, and I'm out there. I've helped to try to help as wherever I can. But I agree. I think this has been a long time issue. And I think, just an organization like the IMA is going to help get people to realize what's going on. It's a different world. It's not the small, there's a million different clubs now, and everybody's going different ways. And, people got to realize this is the backbone. I don't even think they really see the problems of the issues that could be coming up.
Small shop owners, independent guys are just so busy on their day-to-day stuff. It's hard for them to look out beyond. Guys that have been in as long as I have, they've been doing it this way, so they're just going to keep doing it this way. Is there what I got from talking with people? So all the help you can give us in getting the word out and how important and critical this is would be very much appreciated.
Yep, the industry's not going to save itself.
Oh no, they do not want us. They do not want motorcyclists around in general. They'd be very happy if we didn't exist. Well, I, for one, don't plan on giving them that joy.
That's awesome.
Exactly. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Bob, go ahead and give the IMA information.
So you go to themrf.org and just hit the join button or search button, and it'll bring you over to the IMA. There's a list of all the different types of memberships that they have, but you want to join the independent motorcycle aftermarket, and there's a place there for the name of your business. And then you'll notice there's also an independent membership. So for myself, I put my consulting company on, I put the shop name on, and I also did an independent, and a couple other guys are doing that too. So, but we need the masses. We need a lot of people to come.
Well, I'm going to bring in all the sponsors. I'm going to take out whatever they send us. I'm going to take out 100 from each one and put that in as well.
Thank you.
So that we can get, yeah, absolutely. That's my vow to it. Fred, give us information about Motorcycle Riders Foundation.
Motorcycle Riders Foundation, mrf.org. Same as the link with Bob and the IMA. You shouldn't have any problem once you get on. There'll be links to membership, links to events. Relatively easy. Like I said, we've got Bikers in the Beltway coming up next May. You'll see some advertising on that, and it's a one-day event. We have a board meeting the day before, but then we go to Congress the next day with appointments. And I would say it's damn effective. I mean, they got the message. We got the anti-profiling legislation. It was passed at the end of 2022, signed into law, and now it's up to each state to do their job to get rid of it in their states.
Excellent. You guys, thank you so much for all your work. I mean, I thank you for all your work. Let's do this. Let's bring this back. We'll do it again before the holidays. We'll do it right after the holidays. Let's keep this going and get spread. I know there Keith Ball is involved. I know Chris Callan's involved. Let's get more people on to talk about it. And
thank you.
That's what we can do as our part.
We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank both of you. You guys are industry icons, and we appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you.
I love Fred's laugh. All right. Hey, everybody, stay tuned. We are going to be right back after this. I want to say real quickly hello to Dana KT. Thank you for all your efforts. They say to, she says to Fred and to Bob, as well as Robin Cole is on with us. Damn, I made it late, but hello. Beautiful. Oh, just talking to Dazzlin Penny. And big hello to Bob and Fred as well. So thank you, ladies, for joining us tonight on Open Road Radio. Hey, when we come back, we are going to take a ride for kids. We'll be back after these messages.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Motorcycle accident? Call Larry. Larry Disparty and the team at the Disparty Law Group know how to win motorcycle accident cases. Proudly serving bikers across Illinois and Wisconsin, Larry knows the law and he knows how to win. Insurance questions? Call Larry for a free policy review. And now Larry is giving away an incredible custom bike. Enter for a chance to win at the Brower House Tire Swarm Car and Bike Show every Thursday night. There's a reason why Disparty Law Group has been named one of the most influential law firms in the U.S. and has won more than $1 billion for their clients. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, call Larry Disparty at 312-600-6000 and find out why bikers across Illinois and Wisconsin say Larry wins. Now, let's ride. Patriotic or personalized, Lumiflag adds a hint of illuminated safety showcasing your personality. Fits securely on your half-inch motorcycle luggage rack bar. Get one and change out the flag pullovers for your rally rides. Lumiflag is a new product offered exclusively with Open Road Radio. Order now for just $39.99. Lumiflag is made in the USA, assembled by young adults on the autism spectrum. Lumiflag offers them a chance to develop job and life skills, create professional connections, and foster independence. Go to www.lumiflag.com to order now. products fix problems, Andrews solves them. With nearly 50 years of passion, precision, and high performance, Andrews Products changes the world of motorsports. Engineered and manufactured in-house, Andrews excels by using aircraft steel, then machining to the closest industry tolerances. If you need powerful cams, gears, and transmissions for your ride that are proudly made in America, use Andrews Products. Contact AndrewsProducts.com or call our tech line Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 847-759-0190.
How can you tell if somebody actually cares? Look at their actions. At Full Throttle Law, we are all about protecting riders. We have sponsored or created over 20 safety-focused events in the past year alone. Track days, riding seminars, emergency response classes, first aid courses, garage nights, and fundraisers for local independent charities. Any law firm can help you get a settlement if you get hurt, but we're already on the road with you, doing everything we can to make sure we all get home safe at the end of the ride. Full Throttle Law. We ride together.
They sure do. And they also get involved with all of Dazzlin's creations and events, and anything she thinks of, they do it.
They do. And I am so appreciative of Jared at Throttle Law.
That's fantastic. Hey, you've got a couple of great guests for us tonight.
Yeah, we do. We've got Shannon and Mark that are going to be joining us now to talk about one of the longest continuously running events to raise money for children with brain cancer. So welcome, Shannon and Mark. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, Dazzlin, you said that it was one of the longest. I think they're probably one of the longest here in Chicago as well. These plaques are for Open Road Radio from Ride for Kids, 1997, 1999. So Ride for Kids has been an amazing organization. Shannon, why don't you tell us your part in it?
Hi, so I'm the volunteer task force leader here in Las Vegas. I became involved with Las Vegas Ride for Kids in 2006, and I've been volunteering ever since. I became task force leader in it was 2012 or 2013, and just working with the families, getting to meet amazing people and motorcycle riders, the whole community coming together to help kids with pediatric brain tumors.
That's amazing. That is just amazing. And just as, you know, Bob and Fred were on helping, you know, motorcyclists, you guys are on the same spectrum, you know, helping with kids, and especially that you bring it to the motorcyclists as well. So thank you for your service. Thank you so much.
Oh, sure. Thanks for having us.
Mark, welcome to the show. What are you doing with the Ride for Kids out there in Vegas?
Well, I'm the volunteer task force logistics captain. So I started riding with the ride, I think sometime around 2013, I think, when Shannon started being the task force leader. And a few years later, she was on the stage saying, hey, if anybody would like to help out and join the task force. And, you know, it was one of my favorite rides. And I really felt, I saw the kids that we support there, and I just kind of felt something tugging at me to help Shannon out. And so now I've been working with her for this is my 7th year with the task force. One of the things I really love about it is, you know, we've got tons of poker runs and in the city, but this is a ride. It's not a poker run, and it's about our route is about 43 miles long, and we're escorted by the Nevada Highway Patrol. So I get out and get the permits from the county and the state. I hire the Highway Patrol. There's an organization called Matters, which is the Motorcycle Awareness Training for Traffic and Rider Safety. They've got a group that they're trained in accident scene and you know, initial first aid, and they spread out amongst our group to help out. We have Highway Patrol does escort. They block off the road so we can have a pretty much an unimpeded ride for that whole 43 miles, and that is pretty cool. And
that is the coolest thing of any ride I have ever been on in the decade I've been riding. So I actually feel a little like almost uncomfortable, because when I tell you, if you have never ridden on a major freeway through a metropolitan city and have no one on the freeway except your motorcycle group, it is a weird, eerie feeling. Like every single on ramp, every exit is completely blocked, and we are a motorcycle parade. And it is incredible. And I also want to send out a shout out to Matters. It's a group that Jared and Full Throttle Law, we sponsor. PK is my partner in the accident scene management class. And that's how I originally got in. Pineapple Amy, I think she is listening in from home, getting ready to go out and to an outreach program. She's putting some hygiene bags together at home today. But she got me involved as a ride captain a few years ago to help provide if there was any accidents. And I just wanted to get more and more involved, and was very grateful that Shannon and Mark have now gotten Full Throttle Law on board as a silver sponsor this year. We're super excited about that. And I get to help Shannon be the bossy one on that day to keep everybody going in the right direction and on schedule, so that Shannon and Mark can do what they do best. And that's to focus on the Gold Star children and their families, and being the mayor of that event, because you can just get pulled in so many directions, and they just do a fabulous job of it.
Yeah, and Shannon Dazzlin, got two Shannons here, but Dazzlin, I think you're right. It is more of a parade than a ride or a run. And when you've got, and we've had up to over 300 motorcycles in one group, and just the line of motorcycles. And when you get the highway patrol come screaming by you to go block up, and it's a pretty cool day. I love it.
It is pretty cool. Makes you feel like
cold.
Makes you feel celebrity status, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just really nice. It's nice to have their cooperation.
And sorry.
No, okay. So, and as we're the last part of it, we're going down Blue Diamond Road, go back to the Silverton. People be lined up on the road with their video cameras, taking pictures and waving flags and cheering us on. So we got a lot of good community support as well. We're holding up traffic, but everyone's really cool about it. Go ahead, Shannon.
Yeah, definitely. In all the years we've been riding for kids, I only got a complaint one time from a gentleman that was stopped from meeting his mother for lunch because he had to wait for a huge long line of motorcycles. But when I talked to him and explained to him what we were doing, he then apologized and said, I should have never complained.
I think when people know, right? When people know, then they're just like immediately they turn over a new leaf. They just like, okay, yeah, that was worth it.
Yeah. And even if you're not a rider and you just come to the event to support the kids, the family, the riders, it's pretty cool seeing all of these motorcycles together in the parking lot. Just walk around and check them out. There's some cool rides. We have everything. We have,
and you guys are both riders.
We have Harleys.
As well.
We have every make and model you could possibly imagine. And recently, in the last few years, we've even had 3 wheels join us. Slingshots help us out a lot with being able to transport the children, which we call our stars, at the lead of our ride. They're great to have on the side. They have some 4-seaters now. You just don't see as many sidecars as you used to, so they've been a little bit harder to get. And they're spiders, trikes, so every make and model is welcome to come out. And you don't even have to ride, just come out, enjoy it with us, watch all of these motorcycles rev their engines and get super excited to go on that ride. It's like nothing, I don't know, it's just thrilling. Goosebumps. Just, seeing that happen and then take off and then go on the ride, come back. We'll have a live band playing. Silverton's going to be grilling us hamburgers and hot dogs, and we're going to be cheering the motorcyclists as they come back. We usually have a fire truck that is our caboose at the end of the ride that can take some of our children who may be in a wheelchair or have a little bit harder time, you know, getting into a slingshot, or some of the older ones like to ride on the back of motorcycles.
And how many kids get to be a part of it? How many are going to be?
As many as want to come. We're going to open up our arms. I sent out 32 family invitations a few weeks ago to outreach to some of the children, families that we know and have come to rides with us before, and that have also just recently contacted the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. So when a family contacts the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation, first of all, they get the information from them and how they can help and how they can support and kind of have that relationship with whatever hospital they're in. And then the second thing they do is they connect the children with their local Ride for Kids task force. We're just volunteers, but as our family captain at the foundation, Heather says, I'm going to let you wrap your arms around them. You know, we take them into our family. We bring them to the ride. They get to communicate with other families. We also have some relationship with local care facilities here, like Cure for the Kids Foundation, that does a lot of chemo and different treatments that they can do here locally. And we just support them at the ride. Specifically, we roll out that red carpet. We make them feel extra special that day. Our national sponsor, Cycle Gear, they donate helmets. The kids are actually going down to the stores before the event and getting their helmets.
Oh, cool.
sized.
How cool is that?
And we support them throughout the year. You know, we make sure that they get something special on their birthday, or if they're sick,
oh my God,
get meals to them. We've partnered with Raider Dad, and we've sent a bunch of kids to Raider games. We're going to be sending a new connection. His name's Liam, to the November 5th Raider game, and then several of our stars are going to be going to the December 10th.
They're in heaven.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they love that. You know, it's such an amazing nationwide program, right, for kids. You know, as I tried to stress, it's so important here. I think it was here a couple of weeks ago, because we had Kathy. We were talking to Kathy at all of our events, and she was at the event promoting it. So it's just an amazing program. And I'm just so excited for you guys for it coming up, and just so appreciative that you two are part of it, because you three are part of it, because you're making such a big difference in kids' lives.
Well, and so do all of our local sponsors. You know, we couldn't do it without them. Silverton Casino and Lodge, they are not only providing us the venue, but catering the lunches, helping us out with tables and chairs. They've been really great to us. We have Full Throttle Law, who's come on board with us this year, so we're super excited about that. Honda's our national sponsor. They give away Honda motorcycles and have been with us since the foundation was formed.
I want to know about that picture. Eric, can you go back on that one? What is this picture of this Superman get up? See that again? Or that, maybe it's not Superman. It's
Superhero.
Superhero? Look, I'm going crazy now. Pictures to find that one. Okay, it's coming up, Eric.
Part of the Avengers.
There it is. Yeah. The Avengers.
Las Vegas Avengers.
What's going on?
The Avengers come out, and the Las Vegas Avengers come out. You know, they're a group that they do charity work, and they come out and they dress up as the superheroes, and they come out to our event and they hang out and communicate with the kids and do pictures, and the kids love to see.
That's fantastic. What kid wouldn't love that? Look at that. That is so cool. Hey guys,
actually the motorcyclists.
Oh, go ahead, Shannon. Shannon, go ahead.
I said, actually, the motorcyclists love it too.
Yeah.
For sure.
We have pictures, right, Dazzlin? Like they're all like,
search my page for the Ride for Kids, and you'll see me with a selfie with all these.
You guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of your hard work that you're doing continually throughout the year. And thank you for being our guest on Open Road Radio. We want you to stick around. Give a website that people can get more involved, Shannon?
Sure. It's rideforkids.org/Las Vegas.
Fantastic.
You can also just go to rideforkids.org and drop down to the location. But if you want to go directly there, it's rideforkids.org/Las Vegas.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mark and Shannon. Stick around. We're going to do the, Eric, let's do the flyers because I think that's all we're going to have time for. We got about 1 minute left in the show. So if we could just we'll do segment 3 flyers, and we're just going to flash them up on the screen. If I can get 1 or 2 words in about them, I will. It's just all the events coming up in the next couple of weeks. And of course, there's so many more. We'll post these on our Facebook page as well. So Eric, whenever you're ready, we will put them up. I know one is our Tire Swarm is coming up every Thursday here in the Chicagoland area. Tire Swarm bike and car show, rat rides, cool cars, motorcycles, chop buzz. Toys for Tots schedule is coming up. So the Toys for Tots kicked it off with a party last Saturday. There's another one coming up October 14th for the north side. So when you're talking about parades, Mark, these people come out in parades down Western Avenue, the largest motorcycle parade in the world for the Toys for Tots. And it really is something. So these are all their meeting times and 2 locations, the American Legion on the south side and the VFW, I believe, on the north side. So that'll be up and you can go to the Toys for Tots. Here is our bike week every week at Brower House. We got a big one coming up October 4th. October 12th is going to be the Toys for Tots merch truck with the Toys for Tots bear coming out probably for our last bike week because we don't have the Las Vegas temperatures that they do. It gets dark here fast and cold. What else have we got, Eric? Tire Swarm. That's what I was just talking about with the Toys for Tots coming up. The Sin City Club Style Contest. Penny didn't get to talk about this. This is this Friday, October 6th already. Sin City Club Style Contest. Go out and check that out. They got something going on Friday and Saturday. Saturday is this stunt show from the Della Crew, a female stunt show. Are you involved with that, Dad? I bet you are. I bet you're one of those girls.
I wish I could, man. I would pay somebody to teach me how to wheelie. I would really like to do it with like gutters, like at the bowling alley.
Yeah. I could see you doing that.
Pool noodles and then teach me how to wheelie. I would love to.
The pool noodles. Oh, funny. I could see you doing this. Eric, what else is next? Yep, there's the Brawl, the Red Rock Harley-Davidson Brawl, and that is Saturday as well. The Moto Beach, Roland Sands, he's got this, he's got a race on the beach coming up in California. This is race registration. Get over to Roland Sands and check this out, the Moto Beach, a couple years. Sons of Speed's coming up. We will be out there for Biketoberfest as well as October 21st, and we'll have Billy and Larry Disparty on in the next couple of weeks as well. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on Open Road Radio. We really appreciate you spending your Monday hour with us. Appreciate that. And thank you all so much for getting on and talking with us and saying hello. And we will catch you back here next week on Open Road Radio. Right, Daz?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, K-Shop. 1400 and 107.1, all our listeners out in Las Vegas. And if you need us, remember, we ride together here at Full Throttle Law. Just give us a call.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Now, you guys, see you Wednesday.
All right. See ya.
Oh, yeah. See you Wednesday.
Bye, Shannon. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to America's premier motorcycle talk show, Open Road Radio.
Hey, thanks for coming along. We hope you enjoyed the ride.